We consider surface water renewable, like you would renewable wind or solar energy, because obviously after it rains or the snow falls every year, it's there every year.
As climate changes and growing populations put more stress on water resources, it is crucial to establish a sustainable water management system that takes into account the freshwater needs of future generations. So where does the city of Santa Fe get its water from?
We have the Buckman well fields, which basically takes water not out of the Rio Grande directly, but in that area. We have city wells throughout the city, and then we also have 2 reservoirs in the watershed, which makes a nice portfolio, you might say, of our water use. That we can, if, for instance, if one well goes down, we can complement it, with another source of water. Going back a few years when we had the drought conditions, we had basically lost our reservoirs. They were empty, and that's what put us in water restrictions, is we just lost about 40 to 50% of our water source. Coming up, if you probably know about the Buckman Direct Diversion Program, that'll be basically our 4th source of water. Yeah. And that's where we plan to be sustainable at that point, because we can relax our pumping out of our Buckman well field and our city well field.
That's problematic because the take point is downstream from some of the streams at Lanel that everybody knows are contaminant. The best water in Santa Fe is from the reservoirs, the snow and the rainwater that flows down and is treated.
So why do we need to conserve water in Santa Fe?
Typically in Santa Fe, we do not have an open end of water. We are limited to our water source. Going back to the reservoirs, when we don't have that water, if we have a less than average rainfall year or less than average precipitation in the winter, because a lot of our water comes from snowpack, if we're pumping all our wells at full capacity, that's it. Yeah. So when we hit peak demands, getting up to 18 million gallons per day, 20 million gallons per day, that is close to our maximum, and thankfully we haven't hit that in quite a few years.
By installing water-efficient technologies such as low-flow toilets and shower heads, front-loading washing machines, and hot water recirculation systems, Santa Fe residents reduced their water use by 40% between 1995 and 2007.
Because of our water conservation efforts, we've had now 4 straight years of growth with no increase in water use.
By simply being aware of how we use water in our homes and landscapes, we can conserve greatly. A simple way to reduce the water used in flushing your toilet is to sink a half-gallon milk jug filled with water in the toilet's water tank. By displacement, you effectively reduce the use of half a gallon of water in each flush. Leaks account for 11,000 gallons wasted every year in the typical home. You can check if your toilet has a leak by putting several drops of food coloring in the toilet's water tank and waiting 20 minutes. If the toilet fills with color, you have a leak. These conservation measures save water and money. Using various landscaping techniques, we can take advantage of rainwater on our lands to improve soil structure and plant life and encourage aquifer recharge.
Get involved with mulching, get involved with using drip, capture the rainwater somehow. The least expensive ways probably are very effective, just putting in a French drain.
French drains are rock-filled excavations that contain water and encourage infiltration into the soil. Check dams slow water flow and collect sediment, retaining moisture and supporting a plant community that further protects and stabilizes the soil above the dam. Swales slow water down, let it soak in, and prevent the formation of gullies. Berms retain soil moisture around plants by slowing runoff. Mulch, which consists of plant material like bark, straw, wood chips, and nutshells, or gravel, can be used to minimize evaporation, cool the soil, reduce weed growth, and slow erosion. By installing drip irrigation in our landscapes, we can reduce water wastes by efficiently watering only desired areas or specific plants. This allows us the luxury of having lush landscapes without excessively using water. A drip timer can turn the irrigation system on and off automatically, reducing your time spent watering. By selecting plants that are well adapted to the local climate, we can reduce the need for supplemental irrigation.